All right, what's up, everybody? I'm gonna be pretty brief on this one, but a couple things I just want to share with you guys for this upcoming week. Um, Let me go ahead and open up Webull and share my desktop with you guys. A while since I did this. All right, cool. So you should be able to see my screen now. All right, so I'm gonna start off talking about SPY. Most of what I trade are tech stocks, and tech stocks follow the S&P or SPY. So I'm looking at the 561 level right now. We're on the daily chart here. I'm gonna zoom out just so you can get a overview. As you can see, we've been on a downtrend. Overall, it's been an uptrend, but we've hit a low here. We didn't quite make it down to 542. So bounced up here to 560. So what I'm watching for this week, and I'm thinking this week's going to be a green week. I think we're going to get a relief bounce for a lot of tech stocks this week. Um, Apple being a big one as well. I've already caught a little bit of Apple from last week, but we'll talk about that more in a second. So what I'm watching for is this 565 level here. So I'm looking to break above there. Um, Currently we're at like 563.88, 564, somewhere around there. So I want to see a clean break and a close above this 565. Um, that would be a good indicator that we're going to return up to 575. So if you're looking at taking longs, I would take longs um, with a nice green candle closed above 565. Um, Now let's move on. So Delta is something I'm watching for next week. It is at a low right now. It hit the 4281 level and took a little bounce. So right now I'm waiting for a retest. I want to see it come back down. Excuse me, 530, 4311. I want to see it come back down to this level. It's 4311. We get another nice green candle up. We should see 49. But the play is not any time before. So we're gonna either play off of this 4311 or play off of this 4922 because it could just keep going. Hit this 4922 and break and go, or it will reject on this 4922 and return to 4311. So the play would be we're watching this level 4922. We get a rejection. We'll ride this down. We'll take puts to 4311 and then exit, or we'll break above 49.22 and continue up to 57.92. All right, moving on. Carnival. Carnival is another one. Carnival right now is looking pretty good for calls. I still want to wait. We still haven't closed above this 200 moving average, and we have not yet cleanly broken away from this 1967 level. We still dipped back down Friday, but it recovered. So I want to see what it does tomorrow. I think it's going to take off out of the gate and hit 21.91 and possibly come back down for a retest. Same situation. So we're watching these two levels here on Carnival, 21.91 and 1967. So I would set alerts for those two levels on Carnival. And then I'll signal an entry in the chat. Apple. Apple, I'm looking at calls. Like I said earlier, I already made a little bit off Apple this past Friday. I jumped in, took a call, and it shot up and I got out. But I'm going to re-enter. We're definitely going to see 221 again. That's a big level. 220. is a big level. You can see here, here, you can see here, all these times where we're constantly at this level. You see this? We're constantly battling right at this level, this 220. So if it respects this 220, bounces back down, we could see another bounce up, or we could see a break below. But being that we are oversold here on the RSI, I'm looking for this to continue up. So you can see right here with my trend line that I have drawn right here that it's respecting that trend line on the daily. So until we break below this trend line, I'm trusting the stock to bounce back. It could go below, but this is a strong green candle here. I would like to see a candle close green above this 212. Um, realistically, we should not drop back down to like this 214, 215 area and unless we get a rejection here at 220. If we get a rejection here at 220, we may come back down to here. So I wouldn't enter this um right now. If you're in it right now, I would take profits at the open. It'll probably shoot up to 221 and then reject. So I would just take profits quickly. Don't stay in it long. There is news as well. Um, there's news at 9:45. Um, Market opens at 9:30. I would just set a limit order. Just get out while you're green. Looking at the week ahead as well. There's a lot of news, but it's all early morning news. So it's going to do what it's going to do to the market before anybody has a chance to really get into it. Um, I wouldn't even take a trade before 10 o'clock, 9:45 anyway. Give the market a chance to settle and do what it's going to do. The only day I would be cautious is on Friday. There is a lot of personal income, personal spending, consumer sentiment comes out. So I would probably wait on Friday till like after 10 a.m. before I start trading. But the rest of the week, you should be good. You might see some spikes here and there. I'm not too sure how much this Fed speaker out of St. Louis and Richmond will have on the market. One's at 110 on Wednesday, one's at 4:30. But you know, it's just if you're green, take profit. Try not to trade too much around news, a big heavy news. All right, so those are my plays or what I'm watching for this week. I will be putting the actual plays, strike prices and expiration dates in the chat upon entry. As far as long term, all my long term investors, if you're looking at dividend stocks, dividends paying out every month between 3% and 5%. The NVDY ETF is a very good ETF. I've been investing in since like November, and I've done pretty good so far, just averaging down as it's been, as you can see, it's constantly been falling. Um, Me personally, I have like 121 shares, something like that. Um, and the current strategy I'm using is what I had been doing is just reinvesting. So I've been buying like 10 shares at a time. When the stock dips, if it spikes down, anything $17 and under, I just been buying it and holding it and just accumulating more shares. The more shares you have, the bigger your dividend is going to be at the end of the month. When you get your dividend, just reinvest it. You can usually, if you start out with a nice amount of shares, your dividend check will be big enough to buy, 5 to 10 shares without having to put extra money in. Another thing you can do is automate your account. $25 a week, once a week. If you can afford it, every other week, you can set your account up to do that. It's just going to help to build, you know, that that account, and then when you have a nice chunk of change in there, and the stock drops, you can go ahead and grab you some more of those stocks. and ride it back up. Right now I'm at a good place where I'm getting like, two fifty a month on dividends. And with that, you can buy calls and leaps on NVIDIA or NVIDIA. Now, depending on the broker is going to determine whether or not you have um uh good contracts. So for example, in Webull, the spreads are really bad for calls. Last time I looked, they were like some of them were like 70, $80 spread, some were more than that. Look at this. Look at this spread. And so it could be a little tough to get filled. Even though the mid price might be like on something like this, the mid price might be like 900 or 850. You get into that thing and volume spikes or volume increases or volume decreases, it'll take your the value of your contract down to like 700, and the stock may not have even really moved that much. So just be aware of that. Robinhood, I have seen some pretty decent contracts. The prices are pretty decent. I think I saw I should have had Robinhood pulled up here, but I use Robinhood on my phone mainly. But I saw a contract for, let me see, it was like $95 or something like that for a leap, or it was pretty close to a year out. Um, Let me see. Yeah, yeah, it was like $75 and now it's up to $100. So you could buy a couple of those contracts. I don't know if you can see that, but right there, it's up to a dollar right now. But that's like a $25 increase. But if you buy like 10 contracts, that's $250. So I said all that to say this. So if you have enough money to put into NVIDIA to get, 200 to $250 back on dividends every month, regardless of what the stock is doing, because you're going to get dividends based on the number of shares you have. So it doesn't matter if the stock goes down or not. That's fine. Just down cost average and buy more. But you can actually benefit by it going down and take puts, on this ETF. And that way you can kind of keep your account from being red too long. But for me, I rather play off of these off the price action and off these levels. So for example, here in NVIDIA I'm watching right now, you can see where the RSI is right now around this 48 mark. We've already rejected off of this 1777, but we're going to push back up. You can see that it's using this 9-day moving average as support right now. As long as it can stay above this 9-day moving average, it's a good chance we're going to return back to the 1777. And I got a good feeling based on this MACD crossover here, and where the RSI is, that we are going to break that 1777. You see this cross here? That's a good indicator that we are about to um, cross up and continue upwards. Um, Let me see. Yeah, so what I would like to see before buying something like that, before buying the leap, buying the call on the NVIDIA ETF, I would like to see this break 1777, and then I would like to see it fall. When it falls, that will be the signal for entry. Um, the fact that it breaks this lets us know that it does not respect this line, this 1777 anymore as a place of resistance. So once it breaks here, once it if it falls and it holds, that's a good place to enter. If it breaks, if it breaks this and falls through and continues to fall, you just have to wait and be patient. All right. So I will signal all of these in the chat. welcome to all the new people. Anybody who's just now joining. I haven't been posting a lot in this Discord. I've been just dealing with everybody individually on text messages, but it's getting to be a bit much. So I want to go back to doing things here and try to help you guys out, help you make a little money here and there if you can. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. I'll respond as best I can, as soon as I can. And I think that does it for this week. So one more time, watching Delta, Carnival, Apple, and watching NVDY ETF. Want to watch what it's going to do, but I think we're about to get ready to break 1777 and continue up. But it is always a good time to invest in NVIDIA as a dividend stock. Hope you all are doing well. God bless you and your families. Talk to y'all next time.